Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the SU-8. It's the Tier 6 Soviet SPG. It's located on the south spawn of Ghost Town, and this one is under the command of 73 North of the WTWW clan. And yes, you just saw him get the first first ace tanker rather, on the M41 HMC. Let's see what he can do with the SU-8. Well, it's a 152mm howitzer, but that Churchill hasn't moved yet. Okay, he's got him moving now. Okay, 152mm howitzer, capable of doing 550 alpha, 38mm of pen, and 6.7 meters burst radius with 6.6 and 11 seconds worth of stun. This is now the Arty with the fastest reload after the M44 was nerfed. The standard reload would be 19.65 seconds. You can see that 73 North has managed to get that down to 16.29. Okay, he's ready to go. It's an Arty based on the T28 medium tank, so it's fairly nippy. 48 kilometers now. It's not quite as fast actually as the M41. That goes 50, but it is still very effective. Lovely first shot. Picks up 51 hit points, but he's getting stun assist straight from the off. And he got damage assist there because he tracked the guy at the same time. So even though the stun wore off, the tracking did not, and so he benefited. Now he fires that round in and stuns the target. Is he going to get any stun assist off that one? No, I don't think so. Just need to change position a little after each shot, just in case the enemy is trying to counter battery. It's got a slightly better angle now on the Burza. Just got to look, see where that dot is. The dot is where the impact point should be, and he's changed his mind. He's going after this Burza, but he changes his mind again because, of course, he can't get a perfect shot on that guy, and so he didn't want to waste it. Now, there's a T6 medium up there, but there's also an Achilles on the west side of the map. And he's having another look at the T6 medium. Now, that guy is being fairly difficult to hit at the moment. The T6 medium that he saw in the north, or I saw in the north, has been wiped out, so he's no longer a threat. All this is a good target. P2640, it's a tier 4, rounds out. Direct hit, 165. He's landed in a tier 6 game with tier 4 tanks in it. So yes, he's middle tier on this one. He will earn extra for every tier 6 that he hits, but it's probably better for him to just keep pumping away at those tier 4s and collecting their hit points, because he might get a penetrating shot. Now, we just saw the Achilles for a brief moment, but he's bound to have support behind him. But the Achilles has gone in too deep now, and he's in sight of our guys. Now, can we get a shot? Wait for it. That's it. Well, he's fired, but hits the ridgeline. The dot suddenly veered back to the ridgeline after he was adjusting. Sometimes by chasing a target, you overcorrect and you keep getting shots which miss the target. That one didn't. That one got a direct hit and got 101 hit points, and the Achilles is out of the game. That's his first kill. Yes, it's as I said in the previous battle, which you may have noticed, it's better to aim for a point ahead of the target and then wait for that target to move towards that point and go through it. Because if you time the shell correctly, he'll walk right into a shell at close range. The problem he's got at the moment is that big rock right in front of him is actually hindering his ability to shoot at the enemy. but he might get spotted by that T6 medium who's cutting out from the town, trying to get to the west side of the map. Can he get a shot? That guy's just been hit. Oh, now that's unfortunate. He got tracked by one of his teammates just as he fired, and unfortunately the target didn't move through the aim point, but he did get some stun assist off that one anyway because he managed to stun the guy. Okay, Stug 3 Ausrung B. It's the tier 4 version. There he is. Lined him up. Rounds out. Perfect. That's right on the mark, but oh, RNG says, no, I'm not letting you have that one, and the shell lands behind. But he did get stunned at the very least. Sometimes it's better to put the aim point, or the little dot, just slightly behind the target. I have a tendency of actually aiming for the tracks of the enemy vehicle, and if the shell does go long, it goes straight into the vehicle, and if it goes short, he still gets tracked anyway, so that way at least you get something out of it. That's the way I do it, but everybody's got their own technique. Okay, Burst is backing up. We're almost loaded. This is going to be right on target if it does. Fires. It lands alongside the Burzer. The enemy's just lost another tank, and they are one down now. So we can't see the Burzer in the town anymore because we've got nobody in there to have a look. The only tankers on the west side of the map is Matilda LBT, but I don't think he can see that far. It's just too far for him. His view range isn't that much. And I think he is actually being fired on, that Matilda, which is why he was signalling only a second ago or so to say help. We still have a lot of tank destroyers hugging the red line at the back. Now, some of these tank destroyers are good enough to be assault vehicles. The SAV M43, as you probably saw, is a storm artillery wagon, which is actually a storm artillery. So it's basically an assault tank. It can be used to go out for the enemy and take them on at close range and blast them. If you've got the top gun, you've got the 105mm, and I heard a rumble in the distance. An enemy Arty is trying to nail him. It did land nearby, but not close enough to damage us. When you hear that noise in the distance, or a rumble or an explosion, that's because the enemy Arty is firing at you. It's time to move. He didn't move. He should have. And when you hear that rumble, you're going to hear it again. There's the rumble. And the enemy impact is only a short distance away. But unfortunately, he's not paying attention. 73 north. You've got to pay attention to hear that noise. That's your clue. If you don't have the Sixth Sense warning, not the Sixth Sense itself, but the warning of artillery fire, which will come up on your screen and show you that there is artillery fire coming in from direction, that noise you hear, that rumble, is the clue. Now, I have a sneaking suspicion that the rumbling we were hearing was actually coming from the SAV M43, because he was in that position a short while ago, just ahead of us. So it may have been that they were aiming for the SAV, not for us. But you can never tell. They might have seen the tracer and now assumed that we've moved away. He's aiming for the bushes in the rock in the northwest corner of the map, assuming that there's enemy up there. I think the enemy is probably in A4, and he's or B4, and he's looking out over those bushes, and you can see us in distance. They found some enemy on the east side of the map, and we could hit that guy. And he's going to give it a shot. Okay, it's the M10 RBFM. He's dialing in. He wants this accurate at long range. Oh, he's got him with one shot. That's impressive. So 2 kills now, and probably one of the most deadly of the enemy's tanks, the M10 RBFM. But the enemy does have 2 SAV M43s as well. And there's 2, yes, they're at the back of the map. Look at that, they're redlining, and there's the enemy Arty, the M44. He's going for the SAV instead of the Arty, but the Arty got warning that he'd been spotted, so he changed position immediately. Okay, he's going to probably stop moving about any second. The Churchill, well, he's going to be more difficult to hit because he's behind the shadow of that rock. But the SAV's still up there. Well, the IT3 is poking. Oh, this could be good. It lands right on the Churchill's one's deck. But I can hear the noise from the enemy Arty again. And yes, he has tried to hit us. He is trying to counter battery. You can see on the mini-map that there's a ring circle from the artillery strike just in front of us. And he takes out the Zanimaica with the next shot, but you need to change position. You're not doing so. Enemy Arty is trying to get you. He's fired again. And again, it lands directly in front of us because the enemy Arty can't get his adjustment right. He can't get the exact range right. He's aiming directly in front. So you need to change position quickly. Otherwise, you could be the next entry in the. Oh, well, not anymore. The enemy Arty's just gone down. So he goes for the Zanimaica instead. And he gets another good hit. 242 from that, and the rest of it is stun assist. So he's got no worries now because the last enemy is a SAV M43, and we don't know where he is. Okay, well, the problem is he might be on the east side of the map, and they're indicating that already, in which case he might be traveling in this direction to try and get the enemy RT. So now will be a good time to change position if you're not going to change position for the enemy Arty who's firing at you. And always watch your minimap to see where the enemy shots are falling, just in case they're outside or just inside view range. But if you don't know where one of the enemies is, he could be looking for you. So now would be a good time to relocate. And they've killed the last one. He was on the east side, so everything's safe. And it's game over. Well, that was a very good game. And that was another first ace tanker for 73north in the SU-8. Congratulations. That's 2 aces in 2 days. 2 first aces in 2 days. Of course, the previous one, you'll remember, was the M41 HMC. He got that one on Prokhorovka on the 22nd of April. And then on 24th of April, he's now picked up the SU-8 as well. So 2 very good first ace tankers. And it certainly shows a lot of skill, but you've got to watch out for the fall of enemy fire, because if the Arty is trying to counter battery you, you need to pay attention, because eventually he will get you if you don't. In fact, in this case, he was lucky because it looks like one of his teammates managed to get the RT just in time before he fired his next round, which might have been right on top of you. Anyway, he also got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 10, and he got a Confederate as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team, despite the fact that he actually got 3 kills in this one. And his win rate was 2,195, which is bordering on very good to Unicum standard. Let's have a look at team score. Well, we can see he didn't get the highest damage in the game because that actually went to the Hellcat, who got 1,943 hit points. He got the high caliber. Second highest was the Zanimaica, who managed to get 1,667, and he got the tank sniper. And in third place, we can see that the M10 RBFM on our team got 1,468. He didn't get any medals at all, but we can see that 73north did get the Confederate for 1,299 hit points of damage. And there's only 1 player on the enemy team who managed to score more than he did, 3 on his own. So that puts him in 5th place when it comes to damage. When it came to kills, he's at the top. Yes, he's actually sharing the top spot with the M10 RBFM. They both got 3 kills each. 2 kills went to the IT3, the Dicamax, the ARL V39, and on the enemy team, their P2640 got 2 kills as well. And when it came to base XP, he's got that one for himself. Yes, so he's got the top on 2, and he's got the 5th when it comes to actual damage. 1,012 base experience points, which is the only score over 1,000. The next highest being the M10 RBFM, who got 895, and then the IT3, this new tank, managed to get 856. He fired 17 rounds. Again, another high fire rate on the game. He was using or punching out those shells as quickly as he could. He wasn't firing all the time. There were moments during that game where there wasn't any targets in sight to shoot at, but he was trying to make the best use of his shells. But he did get off 17 shells. He hit 5 of them, and one of them was penetrating shot with 14 splash, and he got 1,299 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Now, can we tell which one he actually penetrated? I think I know which one it is, actually. It's probably the M10, and I'm right, straight away. Thin armor on that vehicle, very thin, but it has got that marvelous fast firing rate, which makes it very, very deadly and an opponent to be feared. So well done on that. He also got 10 enemy vehicles damaged, 3 kills, so that got him a Confederate, 551 hit points of damage assist, and 1,262 hit points of stun assist off 12 stuns. So not only did he get an ace tanker, he really got it big this time round, because combined damage, that's 1,800. So yes, it was a good game indeed. He actually made a profit on credits on a premium count, 10,627. And he also managed to pick up 7,590 experience points, and he got a reward for completion of 6,072. So this was actually a better ace tanker than the previous one on the M41, because he didn't get quite as much damage in this one as he did in the other game. As you can see here, he actually managed to get 1,075, and his combined damage assist was only just over, well, it was about 1,200, just under 1,200. But in the next game, you can see he's actually done a lot better, and that's 1,800. So yes, he's scoring much better overall. I think some of that has to be down to the fact that the SU-8 does have that 550 alpha, which is slightly higher, but it's also the fast fire rate, really. It's the fact that you can pump out these shells really quickly. And if you're accurate enough, if you aim to get the max, then you can actually generate a lot of credit very quickly. That's why the SU-8 is very good at producing ace tankers. And it's also a fun Arty to play, because if you want to get a lot of action in it, this is the one to go for now. The M44 used to be the one for that, but now, because that's got a very slow reload, it's not so good. But it's still fun, all the same. So, 2 really good games, and well done on getting your ace tanker. Congratulations. I hope you all enjoyed that one. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below, because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.